Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
hi.
Hi. Magical, vibrant Kimberly.
Magical Tony.
Are you ready for some magic? Let's see what I can spin.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 41. Did we write that
Okay.
down? We did, I think.
Oh, 41. Sensuality.
Ooh, we're talking some Flirty Friday stuff on Magical Monday because we think they intertwine.
Yeah, they do. It's funny that we're talking about this because I was thinking about it today. Sex magic.
Well, here we go. Look what the only tarot deck I have near me is the Tarot of Sexual Magic.
Well, there you go.
So interesting that sensuality came up. Okay, Magical Mondays and sensuality. I think you put this on the
Did
list.
I?
Mhm. I could have too.
Well, it makes sense.
We're both
Yeah.
not very sensual beings, so
Yes. Sensuality and magic. I think sensuality is magic, and like true sensuality. I mean, like, it's all sensual.
Yep.
What did Catherine say? She used to say that like even the raunchiest, most hardcore sex and like hip hop rap guys talking about like raunchy sex stuff is like just a pure desire to become as close as possible with somebody, right?
Yeah, as much as they want to make it shitty, it's not, right?
It's true. And it like no matter what they're saying, it's like, yeah. So I don't know, like there's a lot of power in that. And I'm really excited about this topic because we're moving into Scorpio soon. And Scorpio is all the fuck about that. They're all about sensual, sexual energy and passion and deep, deep, deep desire. And they're all about like that occult, like magical, like secretive energy. And so it's like you pair the two of it together, you get a very powerful elixir.
Where's your Scorpio?
Where is it? Like in my chart? It's in my love house.
I wonder where mine is. We're gonna find that
I
out.
think yours is there too. I'd have to look at it. I think your love house incorporates it totally. So
Shocking.
yeah.
We're both, even though we say everyone's sensual, we love sensuality.
Yeah. And passion and
passion
desire.
And desire. And it gets us in hot water sometimes. Because we want it so badly.
Yeah.
And we exude it so much.
It's true. And like you think about sexuality and sensuality, and it's like such a raw, like so raw. It's such a raw energy, and that in itself is magic. If you can like take that raw energy and mold it and work with it and direct it and like build with it, holy shit balls.
Huge. Well, we talked about circles last week, and that a lot of times if you look in the old like witch circles were super sensual. They did lots with sex magic. So it's a big energy, sensuality.
It is.
Orgasms are big energy, but you don't have like you will think of tantric and all. I don't even know enough about tantric, but all of that energy. So when we're feeling sensual, it doesn't just always have to be with our men. It's also when you and I talk like super about magic and we're in the flow, feels sensual.
Oh God, yeah. It's just like coursing through you.
Yes, it's that same energy as when you're feeling that with your partner. It's like anything is possible.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff out there about sensuality and magic. So we're not going to get into the details of it, but like Tony said, there's things like tantric magic, right? Tantric sex. And that's very interesting stuff. But we're not going to get into the details of the different types. We're just talking more about like the raw energy of sensuality and passion, and what that brings to the magical table, right? Like how you can work with it. And it's like,
Yeah.
so like what you were saying, it's like you're not even, her and I are not even like in that zone where we're like in a physical sensual experience, but our energy is extremely juicy and sensual and passionate. So it's like, I feel like, I don't know, we've talked about this, it's like almost like you could like tap into it like a vein and just like, right?
Absolutely. And then there's magic in being sensual with your partner too. I know this isn't Flirty Friday, but it's still, there's magic in everyday life. So we've been talking a lot about creating magic, but there's also, you are just magic. Like if you want your relationships and everything to be more magical, bring in the sensuality. I think it's missing a lot.
Oh yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
we're talking about the way you dress, the way you move, what you exude, how you choose to present yourself. It's big.
Yeah,
That's magic. Like you women, like when you put a spell on me, you really, it's not that, it's true. And not in a, but I know for me, if I dress that right way and I own it and embody it, you sure notice it when you're out on your date, right?
Oh yeah, it's called that like desired, juicy, confident, sensual, sexual energy spell. You don't even have to like do a spell, it is
No,
the spell.
no, you need to exude it.
Exude it, like have it ooze out of you, right?
Absolutely. And then people be, I know someone had said, you guys need to teach that, like teach someone how to put red lipstick on, because that's in itself sensual. It is, by the way, 90% of men like red lipstick, but it's like I'm not exactly size 0. So if I see me, I'm not your typical runway model, but you can still ooze sensuality if you choose it. It's not about all, you don't have to be the most amazing, best looking person in the world. You just have to want to be sensual.
It's true. And feel it, like embody it, right? In your physicality, in your energy, in your
Yes,
emotion.
100%. Haven't you seen women, and I'm not saying men can't do this, I'm talking women, that in the natural world would be either too large or too skinny, or they don't fit that mold of perfect beauty, but you're like, holy crap, a woman is exuding sensuality.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
dress and clothes help. To me, that's again more tools. These are tools: the clothing, the fishnet stockings that I like to wear, the lipstick, the getting yourself ready. That's just the tools that help you embody the sensuality.
Oh yeah,
Gets me in the mode.
that's right. I think I feel like all of us have some amount of sensual energy. Some of us haven't been in tune with it for a very long time, or maybe ever. Properly, I mean. um but if you can tune into that and like find it and be very honest with yourself about what like brings that out of you, I don't know, that's like tapping into a secret magical well of energy.
It is. Why do you think artists of old had muses, and many of them they slept with them, right? You get this orgasmic sensual energy and then you go create.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty big. So think of that. It's like this massive energy to create magic with,
Yeah.
whether that's with your partner or you're using your sensual energy directed in another way. I think people are missing out if they don't tap into sensuality.
Yeah. And I think too, a lot of people get stuck thinking that they have to express their sensuality a certain way, right? Or like they have to find it a certain way, or it has to fit within a certain guideline, right? A certain box. And it's like, I could look in your chart reading and tell you how you're going to find your fucking sensuality. But like, There's
Yeah,
so
so,
much to it, and I think we all have different ways of getting to it.
we'll plug. You might want a roadmap. We do.
Yeah, in the roadmap, we can find your sensuality.
Yeah. So it's a big thing. And then I don't know, so juicy, as my business partner likes to say.
Ugh,
And it
so
is juicy. And I'm not saying you have to dress the way we do. Obviously, it's all different. But there's, just think of going and exuding sensuality. It's probably not in your stew stained shirt that you put on this morning and you feel terrible in and you sweated in the garden with. And I'm not saying you can't feel sensual that way, but you know what it is for you that makes you embody your full self.
Mhm.
It can just be a certain scent. It can be certain things that, watch your magic. Like, there's certain things that play with it.
Oh, totally. For me, it's moving my body, dancing, certain music.
And you can up it and you can level it. Like, you can actually play with the energy of it.
That's right. And this is where it gets crazy. You can direct it too. Like, oh my God, it's so powerful. You can direct it at things, at paths, at ideas, at people, right? It's so powerful.
It's so well. So then also a caveat, make sure you're directing it how you want to direct it.
Yeah. Like, be very honest with yourself.
Because if you start directing it to someone or something that you didn't really want to attract, sensuality is freaking powerful. Don't, not saying, just be caught, don't treat it lightly. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I think it is not to be treated lightly, because if you take your sensual power and you partner it with manifesting, it's like, that shit's powerful. And that's, I love Scorpio energy. I know Scorpio always gets a bad time, but I love it because it's so intense. It's so intense because that's what they do. They take those two and they bring them together and then they create.
We might like this topic. Sensuality might be a topic we totally believe in. So
yes,
if it's not, I think people hear it. And so if you're one of these people that think, oh, they're talking romance novels and pornography or having to wear slutty clothes, and you know what, if you like all that, yeah, that could enhance sensuality. We're not saying no to any of that, but that's not what we're saying it all is. You are as sensual as you want to be, but start practicing it.
Oh yeah, that's right. And like,
that's what we all have.
It's right. And that's what I mean. Like, your version of sensuality is different than mine.
Yeah.
Mine's different than his or hers. And like, everybody's different and has their own vision of what really like gets their juices flowing, right? Gets their blood pumping.
Yeah. And I think society and TV and television has definitely swayed what we think it is. And not that that can't be part of it, but it's so much more. It's
yeah.
Totally. And I'd say play with it. If you have a partner, play around with it. You'll be surprised. Set your sensuality circle.
Totally. That is like actually a really good topic we can talk about even on our Flirty Fridays. But I think too, with sensuality and like building the magic even between people, I think a lot of people who've been in relationship for a long time or something, it's like you get comfortable with people, you let things go based on what we were saying before, never stop dating. But it's hard to tap into that sensual magic again if you let it go too far. So that would be really interesting to play around with, right? Totally.
Yeah, sensuality. But it's the same as you and I can tap into sensual. We are not that type of partners. We can play with sensuality when we're creating things for ourselves together too. And that's where I think some people don't quite get that.
That's correct.
Is not sexuality for us. It can be. They're very together. But for us, like you and I totally understand sensual as we're creating.
Oh yeah.
It's juicy.
It's almost like the power that creates things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sensuality. Go be sensual.
Go be sensual. And if you want to find out more about your own personal sensuality,
Yes,
you can come check us out. We offer a roadmap of sorts that can be directed towards your sensuality. It can be directed towards your personal power.
Yeah.
And we'll help you out with that.
You will feel like you have a direction which to go, and sensuals can be part of that. So it's
correct
below here in the bio, in the write-up.
That's right.
Or if
and Scorpio season's coming up.
We'll have to talk more about that. Okay. So move a little.
Come work with us at our linktree.com site, www.linktr.ee/redlipstickbabes. Can't wait to see you there.